In the small town of Greenwood, nestled between ancient woods and fog-shrouded hills, an old cemetery stood as a silent guardian of the past. Legends whispered among the locals spoke of restless spirits and mysterious occurrences that unfolded under the moonlit canopy of gravestones. A group of friends, drawn by both curiosity and a touch of defiance, decided to spend a night in Greenwood Cemetery, setting the stage for a chilling encounter with the supernatural. The cemetery, surrounded by an iron gate adorned with twisted vines, exuded an air of solemnity as the friends approached under the cloak of darkness. The moon cast an ethereal glow on the weathered tombstones that jutted out from the ground like silent sentinels, each bearing the weight of untold stories. As the friends stepped through the creaking gate, a chill settled in the air. The gravel path meandered through rows of tombstones, each one whispering tales of lives long gone. The wind carried faint echoes, as if the cemetery itself were trying to communicate with the living intruders. The friends, armed with flashlights and nervous laughter, approached an old mausoleum that loomed in the heart of the cemetery. Its stone walls bore the scars of time, and the heavy doors seemed to invite them into a realm where the boundary between the living and the dead blurred. As the group entered the mausoleum, the air inside grew heavy with a sense of unease. Shadows danced on the walls, and the echo of footsteps seemed to resonate in the enclosed space. The friends exchanged uneasy glances, realizing that the cemetery's silence held secrets that transcended the realm of the living. In the dim light, the friends discovered a hidden chamber beneath the mausoleum, its entrance concealed behind a cobweb-laden curtain. The air inside the chamber felt stagnant, and the walls seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. As the friends cautiously entered, the curtain fell back into place with an almost ghostly grace. The chamber, adorned with ancient symbols and faded murals, hinted at a forgotten ritual that had once taken place in the heart of the cemetery. The friends, now enveloped in an unsettling quiet, could feel the weight of unseen eyes watching their every move. A sudden gust of wind extinguished their flashlights, plunging the chamber into darkness. Whispers, indistinct at first, surrounded the friends. The walls seemed to close in, and the air grew thick with a spectral presence that defied the laws of the natural world. As the friends fumbled to relight their flashlights, the whispers intensified. Words, once fragments of sentences, formed a spectral chorus that reverberated through the chamber. The friends, now held in the grip of an unseen force, listened as the voices recounted tales of love, loss, and the lingering regrets of those who rested beneath the tombstones. In the darkness, shadows coalesced into ghostly figures that moved with an otherworldly grace. The friends, paralyzed by a supernatural force, watched as the apparitions reenacted moments from their past lives, their translucent forms a haunting echo of the emotions that had once defined them. The atmosphere in the chamber shifted, and the friends felt a profound connection to the spectral energies that surrounded them. Unseen hands reached out, brushing against their skin with a chilling touch. The whispers, now a symphony of the afterlife, spoke of the bonds that tied the living and the dead in an eternal dance. Suddenly, the chamber's walls seemed to bleed with an ethereal light. Symbols etched into the stone glowed with an otherworldly energy, casting elongated shadows that danced with spectral grace. The friends, caught in the midst of the supernatural maelstrom, became witnesses to a cosmic ballet that transcended the boundaries of time and space. In the midst of the spectral dance, the friends felt a surge of emotions, echoes of love, sorrow, and unresolved grief. The chamber became a vessel for the collective energy of the cemetery's inhabitants, their stories interwoven with the very fabric of the supernatural. The friends, now overcome by the weight of the spectral energy, found themselves transported to different periods of the cemetery's history. They'd witnessed moments of joy, heartache, and the lingering pain that bound the souls to the hallowed ground. The tombstones, once silent markers of the departed, became portals to a realm where the living and the dead coexisted. As the friends traversed through the cemetery's past, they encountered a figure draped in tattered garments. The spectral entity, its eyes gleaming with a timeless wisdom, revealed itself as the guardian of Greenwood Cemetery. With a mournful gaze, the guardian spoke of the ancient pact that bound the spirits to the cemetery, and the unintended consequences of disturbing the delicate balance between the worlds. The guardian, aware of the friends' intrusion, offered them a choice: to embrace the supernatural energies that permeated the cemetery, or to face the consequences of disrupting the eternal rest of the departed. The friends, now humbled by the profound experience, hesitated as the weight of their decision hung in the air. A sudden chill swept through the chamber, and the friends felt a surge of energy that connected them to the cemetery's ethereal realm. The guardian's eyes glowed with a transcendent light, urging the friends to choose wisely and understand the delicate dance between the living and the dead. The friends, now attuned to the supernatural energies that surrounded them, made a collective decision to honor the ancient pact and embrace the cemetery's mystical embrace. The chamber resonated with approval, and the guardian's gaze softened with a sense of gratitude. In that moment, the friends felt a surge of energy coursing through their veins. They became vessels for the cemetery's stories, their connection to the afterlife deepening as they merged with the spectral energies that bound the living and the dead in a timeless dance. As the friends stepped out of the chamber, the cemetery's atmosphere had transformed. The tombstones, once silent sentinels, now radiated with an otherworldly glow. The whispers, now a comforting melody, echoed through the graveyard, recounting tales of lives well lived and the eternal connection that bound the living to the sacred ground. The friends, now transformed by their encounter with the supernatural, became guardians of Greenwood Cemetery. They embraced their role as conduits between the living and the dead, ensuring that the delicate balance remained undisturbed. The cemetery, once a source of fear, became a sanctuary where the veil between worlds thinned, allowing the living to commune with the departed. News of the friends' transformative experience spread through Greenwood, and the town embraced its haunted cemetery as a source of spiritual connection. Locals, once wary of the graveyard's spectral reputation, now visited the cemetery with a sense of reverence, seeking solace in the ethereal energy that lingered among the tombstones. One fog-laden night, a group of travelers arrived in Greenwood, drawn by the tales of the cemetery's newfound spiritual energy. Unaware of the friends' encounter, they ventured into the graveyard with a mixture of curiosity and trepidation, their flashlights cutting through the misty air. As the travelers stepped through the iron gate, the cemetery's atmosphere seemed to embrace them with a welcoming presence. The tombstones, aglow with an otherworldly light, whispered tales of the ancient pact that bound the living and the dead in a spectral dance. The friends, now guardians of the cemetery's mystical legacy, watched over the newcomers with a sense of duty. And so, Greenwood Cemetery stood as a testament to the delicate balance between the living and the dead. The friends, forever changed by their night in the graveyard, became stewards of the supernatural realm, ensuring that the ancient pact was honored and the ethereal dance continued in harmony. Years passed, and the town of Greenwood thrived with a newfound sense of spiritual connection. The cemetery, once a source of fear, became a place of pilgrimage for those seeking solace and communion with the afterlife. The friends, now revered as guardians of Greenwood Cemetery, carried the weight of the town's haunted legacy with a sense of pride and responsibility. One autumn evening, as the leaves rustled in the breeze, a lone traveler arrived in Greenwood. Drawn by the whispers of a haunted cemetery, they entered the graveyard with a sense of awe and trepidation. The friends, ever watchful from the shadows, sensed the newcomer's presence and prepared for another chapter in Greenwood's spectral tapestry. The traveler, guided by an unseen force, approached a particularly ancient tombstone. The whispers in the air grew more pronounced, and the cemetery seemed to come alive with a mystical energy. The friends, their ethereal connection to the afterlife intact, watched as the traveler communed with the spirits that lingered among the tombstones. As the traveler traced the weathered inscriptions on the tombstone, a sudden gust of wind carried with it a ghostly whisper. The friends, now invisible observers in the spectral realm, recognized the voice of a long-forgotten soul, revealing tales of love and loss that echoed through the ages. The traveler, touched by the ethereal energy, felt a profound connection to the spirits that inhabited Greenwood Cemetery. The tombstones, aglow with an otherworldly light, shared their stories, creating a tapestry of lives intertwined with the very fabric of the graveyard's haunted history. The friends, their duty as guardians undiminished, watched as the traveler emerged from the cemetery with a sense of enlightenment. The town of Greenwood, forever steeped in supernatural lore, continued its dance with the afterlife, embracing the living and the dead in a timeless symbiosis. And so, the legend of Greenwood Cemetery persisted, its haunted tapestry woven with the threads of countless lives and the guardianship of those bound by the ethereal connection between the living and the dead. The town, now a beacon of spiritual harmony, stood as a testament to the enduring power of the supernatural realm that lingered among the tombstones. On moonlit nights, as the fog rolled in from the hills, Greenwood Cemetery continued to beckon those who sought communion with the afterlife. The whispers among the tombstones, once a source of fear, became a comforting melody that echoed through the graveyard, carrying tales of love, loss, and the eternal dance between the living and the dead. The guardian spirits, their presence ever felt in the cemetery, watched over Greenwood with a sense of benevolence. The ancient pact, honored by the guardians and the town alike, ensured that the spectral energies that permeated the graveyard remained a source of spiritual connection rather than fear. As generations passed, the stories of Greenwood Cemetery became woven into the town's folklore, passed down from one generation to the next. Locals spoke of the transformative power of the graveyard, where the living and the dead coexisted in a delicate balance, creating a tapestry of spectral harmony. And so, on quiet nights when the moon hung low in the sky, Greenwood Cemetery whispered tales of its haunted past to those who dared to listen. The friends, forever guardians of the spectral realm, watched over the town with a sense of pride, knowing that the ethereal dance between the living and the dead would endure for generations to come.